So this person has what we call a Jones fracture, which is a fracture line right through the base of the fifth metatarsal, which is the little toe foot bone. And this area has a very poor blood supply, so it commonly goes on to a non-union, and if treated non-operatively, tends to not heal and drag on for a long period of time. Patients get frustrated because they're in a walking boot and they continue to have pain. So we're going to make a little tiny incision on the side of the foot. We're going to put a single screw right down the shaft of this fracture, and we're going to compress that bone, and that allows this fracture to heal reliably in about 4 to 6 weeks. So let's go take a look. Come on in with the fluoro. How's that? And I need to see the base of the fifth metatarsal, where the skin changes from type of skin that's on the sole of the foot to the skin that's on the top of the foot is right at the level we need to be. And then I use this to get my angle of entry. Perfect. See how the needle is right on the tip of the bone there? So we just kind of anesthetize the tissues for a picture. I like to get this right on the tip. Picture. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm just gently trying to work my way into the bone. And this drill bit does a really good job of finding its way right down the center. Okay, so I'm right down the pike. For all you young orthopedic surgeons out there, this is a much better way of finding the medullary canal than using a guide pin or a K-wire. So that's great. So you're going to give me like a 50? So the nice thing about this is I've created a channel through the soft tissues as well, so it's going to lead the screw right to that tip. Then you go back in exactly the same way. And the Arthrex system with a non-cannulated screw is nice because it's very strong and it allows the patient to be immediately weight-bearing. And we got to get those threads across the fracture in order to get good compression. And I can feel the compression right now. That is tight. You can actually see that fracture site closing down. And there you have it. I'm just going to put a little stitch right here, and I'm going to check laterals and stuff just to be right on the knot. Yeah, good. All right, sloppy wet, dusty dry. So this is obviously a tiny little incision. This is an easy area to anesthetize so that the patient's not going to have any pain when she wakes up. And then we get reliable healing of that fracture so that we can be pretty certain that by 4 to 6 weeks this ought to be healed well enough for her to start playing sports and things again. Yep, that's perfect. Nice. And save that. It's money.
Done?
And we're done. Ooh. Dude, that's how you do it. That is how it's done. All right. Good job, you guys. All right, so that was a really great case, an open reduction internal fixation of a Jones fracture. A Jones fracture is a fracture of the base of the fifth metatarsal on the foot. So the pinky toe, what would be the equivalent of this bone on the foot, right at the base. It's not uncommon to have a twisting injury to the ankle that results in a little broken bone there. And because that bone has such a poor blood supply, it goes on to a non-union, or the bone doesn't heal. And so patients will get frustrated. They'll be in a cast boot 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, still no healing, and it's painful. It won't let them get back to their activities. This problem is solved by putting a compression screw right down the shaft of the fracture. And so this person broke their foot a couple of days ago. We put the screw in. They're going to be immediately weight-bearing as tolerated today, and now we know reliably in about 4 to 6 weeks that bone will be healed and they'll be able to get on with the rest of their life. So we saw that case. Took us just about 5 minutes to do with a little tiny incision we closed with the steri strip. So it's a really minimally invasive procedure that really greatly improves the outcome. We'll catch you next time at Barbour Orthopedics.